we have the Echo Moon. I'll put a picture of it right there. As you can see, now it's in the middle of your screen. You can see that the controls are time, which you can go anywhere from 5 to 600 milliseconds. Your repeat is basically your trails, how many times it's going to copy itself, right? It also has a onboard clean boost, which gives you an extra 15 to 20 dB. You have your mix, which controls your dry and your wet signal, basically less delay, more delay coming into your signal. And you also have a lo-fi and a full switch. If it is in full, you get the full range of the delay. If it's on the lo-fi, you basically have a bass cut, so it gets real chimey and super, like, I don't know, chimey. Okay? So let's just play with the time for a little bit. By the way, this is by Fuzz Imp. It's called the Echo Moon. It'll run you $139. So let's see what we get with time. Alright, so we're going to leave the delays right in the middle. And now we're going to do the repeats. We're going to turn it all the way down and work our way up. See how she'll repeat. Okay, so we're now going to put the repeats in the middle, and we're going to go with the mix, which is going to be a really quick one, because basically with the mix, you're talking having it go from not in your signal to coming full on into your signal. Now, Justice, when he makes pedals, sometimes will throw you for a little twist, so I didn't really mess with it. I just put it in the middle because that's where I put all delays, because I'm not very good with delay, in case you couldn't tell. So we're going to work our way up. This thing very well, when it takes over, could do something really cool. I do not know. So yeah, here we go. Let's play with the level. Well, as you can tell, it got kind of cool, because it still leaves enough of that signal in there that it kind of flips how the delay works, which is really cool. So now we have the boost. Let's see what she do. Technically, it should just get louder. Let's see what happens. Alright, that was actually a pretty cool boost. I gotta say, it added just enough grit that you can make it really interesting. Because I'm going through the effects loop on the Rev G20, which is coming through my custom 2x12 cabs by Arachnid. And it's just mic'd up with a Sennheiser E609. And I'm not good with delay, so make fun of playing all you want. I do it all the time, so join the party, right? Okay, so now we're going to play with the lo-fi, which is easy. It's a switch. It's up, it's down, right? Here we go. Yeah, so that is the whole pedal in a nutshell. So I'm just going to tinker with everything and just find something really fun real quick, and then I'll give you my assessment and we'll move on. All right, so let's talk about this pedal. One, For a delay that gives you the option of the boost, I'm not a big fan of the lo-fi. As far as I'm concerned, the lo-fi could just be gone. And I'd rather see maybe a reverb knob in there instead of a lo-fi switch. I think if we could add a little bit of reverb, like just one escalating reverb that goes from like a tight oil can reverb to a real lush, like mountain ambient reverb on one knob, this pedal right here would just fuck like a beast. It would be so good. It's good the way it is, but just to get rid of this lo-fi and full switch and put in an ambient reverb knob, I think would serve so many outlets. Because it really is a lot of fun to use. I'm not a reverb player, so this right here, I probably did not make it look as good as it can be. But if you're not a delay, reverb my ass. If you're not a delay player, but you always want to play around with delay, this is a really good one to start with because the controls are really simple and they do very simple things and they don't do a super wide version of it. It's really, at the end of the day, it's a well thought out pedal. It does really well. But my biggest complaint is some of those tones I hear, if I just had some reverb in it, which I grant, yes, I could use a reverb pedal, but I don't really have many time effects pedals, so if I'd get a delay, I kind of like to have a reverb or some kind of a shimmer in it or something, because I don't know what I'm doing. Anyhow, very cool. $139, fuzzimp.com. All right, so 6 to 8 weeks waiting. My experience, you're waiting longer than that, but it will show up, so don't worry about that. Justice does come through on his orders. But don't get discouraged and definitely don't call me. Call him. If you order something and it takes a minute, get a hold of him. Don't get a hold of me. I don't work for him. I'm demoing this with my buddy Park, who I also build pedals with. Got the pedal because we like to support pedal companies, even though we have one. We were supporting them long before we had pedal companies, right? And this pedal right here, like I said, give me that reverb, and this thing would be a home run for me. Without the reverb, for me, it doesn't quite cut it. All right? Very cool. Anyhow, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, come on, fucking do the thing. Hit the subscribe button, would you? And for those of you who keep asking, like, do you have a Patreon? Do you have this? Do you have this? No, my content's out there for free. You don't have to pay for it. If you want to leave some money because you appreciate what I do, or you want me to be able to afford to be able to do other things that maybe I don't personally want to do, you're always welcome to leave a super thanks. All that money goes right back into stuff that I put here on this channel. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't do this for money. I drive a truck for a living. That's what I do for money. All right? Very cool. Catch you later.